what we were talking about off air, not the jerking off part, but when you mentioned Baywatch.
Yeah.
I thought the movie was funny. I know it gets shit on.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. Guy had his balls stuck in a bench.
Yeah.
Guy ends up being with the really hot chick. I mean,
good for him. One of the funnier parts is when they get stuck in the morgue.
Yeah.
And Zac Efron's getting that the goo or whatever from the dead bodies dripping on him. Like that shit's funny. Or like when he has to like lift up the dead guy's balls.
Yes, need to check his taint.
Yeah.
What? When has that ever been the case of anything?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I laughed at the movie. I mean, I know they, but yeah, I guess it'd be one of those things because like no comedy does well at the box office anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of, they go, since like The Hangovers did booming well.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like this day and age, if a movie doesn't make $300 million, it's a failure.
Yeah. And then anymore, if it doesn't get a critical acclaim, then nobody wants to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, half the movies that the critics say that are awesome suck.
I don't want to watch that shit.
No, like the one movie with Joaquin Phoenix where he fucks that computer.
Yeah, I never even watced it. They're like, it was such a brilliant performance.
Why?
Because he had just AI.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It was Scarlett Johansson's voice. I mean, I might be able
understand, but like,
fuck a computer for that.
Did he even like? Because my understanding is that there is a sex scene in it.
He actually does fuck the computer.
Does he?
I don't know.
No, I think it's more of a jerk off thing when they're falling in love kind of thing.
Oh.
I don't know. I had speculation. I've never seen
if you have
the
sex
movie.
with a computer,
but are there
laptops made?
Yeah.
Is that how laptops are made?
I don't know. You fucked up your floppy drive, man. We can't fix this.
Yeah. No more. You can't put your USB port in anymore.
Yeah, it is messed up.
Yeah.
There's about 8 people listening to this that know what a floppy drive is. We were just talking about that the other day of living through the, I'm a little young for the 8-track.
Yeah.
But just as far as vehicles go of the 8-track, but I'm when, had a tape player in the car and then I went to CD player.
Yeah.
And now they don't even put CD players in them.
I was going to say,
like
I don't think
it's an extra option.
Yeah.
Like you got to pay for that shit. I'm like, just
I mean, I'm young enough to remember only cassette tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
you mess that shit up. You rewind it too much and then it eats it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I remember it wasn't my actual truck, but it was a buddy's truck that we were driving, and we had to have the cassette player with the aux cord off of it.
Oh,
to be able to play stuff off your phone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, well, I forgot about those. You used to do that, like you'd have a Walkman.
Yeah.
And then you put that cassette in, then you plug the cassette into the headphone jack, and then you play a CD through the big deal, man.
A lot of stuff.
That's a big deal.
On. Yeah. We got this splitter with our headphone jacks right now, and that was a big deal when it came out.
Yeah, I paid $1.50 for that.
I'm sure when it came out.
Shockingly, it was $85.
Yeah, probably.
I like, you look at that of like gigabytes,
Yeah.
Like the first, when they first came out with a gig, dude, it was like the size of a basketball gymnasium.
Oh.
Is how big it was. And it was like, how many billions of dollars for 1 gigabyte of data? And then like in the 80s, it was down to like 50 million. And then it was just, now it's like, well, I just bought a thumb drive with 128 gigs for like $10.
Yeah. I mean, our phones have 64 or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
I mean, if you're low end, if you're low class.
I'm low class then.
I think they go up to 128, I think.
No, I don't have that.
I don't know what mine is either. I can't imagine ever using it. I don't take that many pictures.
Yeah, me either.
To need that much.
No, mostly songs.
And I've never wanted to keep that many pictures to need that many.
No.
I don't even have that many songs because I don't really listen to music all that much.
Yeah, I know you don't. It's weird. But
I do in the morning.
Yeah, but it's
on the way to work. But
you don't listen to songs. You listen to fucking people talk.
No.
Oh.
No. I listen to music channels on the.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I have 3 different channels.
No, I'm saying though, the music channels are just people fucking talking in the mornings. Here's one song for every 12 minutes.
I don't understand why those shows exist.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why? So I have like 3 channels that I got to flip. It's not like I have like a 12, 15 minute commute.
Yeah.
So, I have to keep flipping channels because you're not funny.
No.
Nothing you're saying is funny.
No.
I don't know why your job exists.
No, does Bob and Tom even do theirs anymore?
I think they do.
Do they?
Well, one of them retired.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's just Tom?
I was never
Bob?
into Bob and Tom all that much anyways.
I just liked when they had the guests on.
Yeah.
That's really it. I mean, to listen to those two talk with the other people in the studio, okay.
I can only listen to the Camel Toe so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they kind of ran that into the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need to hear them anymore.
Yeah.
But, the talking portion of it if I want to listen to you talk, I'll listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
Because if you're getting into something funny and then you cut it off for 9 minutes worth of music.
Yeah.
Well, you just lost me because,
Yeah, I have to turn to the channel now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, it's a tough world. I did have not quite, I know we usually talk about shitting your pants on this, this podcast.
Yeah.
I had a similar thing, but, not with shit.
Okay.
Because, an emergency shit, you shit, you shit your pants.
Yeah.
Hey, you're in a car, whatever. It's acceptable. I have another male because it's funny of like,
yeah, I mean,
I couldn't hold it. It just happened. Okay, I get it. So I got to leave. I'm getting ready to leave work, and I have like a half a bottle of water, and I just chug it before I head out the door.
Yeah.
It's cold as shit out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a little water consumption, cold weather.
You got to piss.
Got to piss.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have to. I jumped in my car and started heading home.
Oh.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. But I almost pissed my pants. By the time I got home, and I don't live in the city.
Yeah.
Kind of like just on the edge of it. But like I have neighbors and stuff. And I pissed in my driveway.
Nice.
And I live on a pretty busy street.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like I pull behind my house or anything. I'm like, I like a 1 foot out the door. They're like
some
like
on the inside of the door because you just had to.
Yeah, like in a Captain Morgan stance
Nice.
with 1 foot still in the car. Barely cleared to not soak my pants.
Yeah.
Now, I feel that is absolutely unacceptable. Like, you can't piss your pants.
No, that's not cool.
Pull over.
Have some fucking sense on that one,
Oh, it was so bad.
People talk about, if you piss yourself, that's, people are drunk sometimes, they piss. If you shit the bed, if you shit your pants, it's not good. Like that's, to me, it's acceptable because it happens. But yeah. I just feel like controlling pee is a lot easier than controlling your bowels.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And on the shitting yourself.
I can just use a clothespin and, take care of that on the pee.
We'll be real honest on the shit your pants story. Most of the time, it's not a full, you didn't rip a full turd out.
No.
I tested a fart and I lost.
Yeah.
You kind of skidded up some stuff. But a full on, because, if that seal was broke, if I hit a hard pump and started pissing my pants, it's not like you're stopping.
No, because that hurts.
Well, you can cut it off, but once it, if you got to piss that bad to where you're going to piss your pants, good luck trying to stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have just.
Have you ever had, everybody has like that average piss stream. There's like an average pee, like 1, 2, 3, done. Have you ever thought that you were done and yet you kept going, but yet you were ready to pull up your pants? It happens to me like in the night, in the middle of the night, because you don't, I go to the absolute limit when I have to piss in the night because I don't want to get out of bed because I'm lazy. So when I actually get up and pee, it's just like, oh my God, I'm fucking bored. Just get it all out of me now.
I'm going to tell you, I pissed right outside my vehicle when I got outside.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
It zipped up, walked to the house,
peed,
opened the door, went right to the bathroom, pissed in the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm like, there was a lot in there. Not going to lie, pissed 3 more times within the hour of like, I don't know what happened, but apparently 8 ounces of water did something to me.
I wonder, like the cold effect is an actual thing. Anytime you go from warm to cold or cold to warm, you just have to pee.
Right.
Is that true for girls?
I don't know.
I mean,
I think the pee thing is in the cold weather is it warms your body up.
Yeah.
When you pee, that's why when you get cold, you have to pee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I've never had. Shocking.
Yeah.
Never had this conversation with a female.
Huh. I
just haven't.
Well, that's one of the first conversations I'm going to bring up when I go home. So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's something to talk about.
Yeah, I'm married now. I mean, she's not going to leave me over a piss conversation.
You've done far worse.
Far worse.
I mean, you almost cut your thumb off last week before the podcast. You don't know how to properly handle a knife.
I do too.
Yeah. How do you cut that? Into yourself. That's you never cut away. You cut in.
Yeah,
because
whatever. It's just it looks better.
Yeah, it looks all right.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
No, the skin came off.
I almost witnessed a guy get his finger cut off this week. So that was way worse.
All right. Yeah. Well, before we lose our listeners, should we talk about sports?
Do we want to talk about sports? It's been 10 minutes of nonsense.
Yeah. Which a little nonsense isn't bad.
Yeah. I have shit going on,
Just want to talk.
I mean, I haven't even gotten into the embarrassing stories yet, which I have a ton of. They were asking the other day at work of, some, I don't drink as much as I once did. I'll go multiple months without having a drop.
Yeah.
But I'm still a gamer.
Uh-huh.
Like I can still get down.
Yeah,
I'm a seasoned veteran.
I got you.
But somebody was a couple guys at work. They were kind of talking about that, so I kind of broke out some of my mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
Like, down in Florida, stuff like that.
Stories.
Oh, yeah, stuff like I should have been in jail for. So I still got those. So we have, once football season's over, I can start diving into some embarrassing shit because I have been through some embarrassing shit in my days.
Yeah.
But let's see. What all do we have on? Antonio Brown might go to jail.
Yeah, I did see that. Because of battery or something?
Yeah. Yeah. I think, from what allegedly.
Yeah, all allegedly.
All allegedly. Like he threw a rock at a truck, and then maybe he got in that truck and beat the guy's ass. It's not a...
he just seems bored.
It's not an Odell Beckham slapping the guy's ass kind of battery. It's no, he legit may have fucked somebody up.
Yeah. See, to do that, you just have to be sitting outside and be like, next car that drives by, I'm beating the guys. You know what I'm saying?
I assume what the hell? It was some sort of road rage thing.
I would stand
but you know what? After seeing that video with his kids and the cop and his ex-wife or whatever she was, of like, man, this is just like the guy needs some help.
Yeah,
like this isn't a football issue or anything.
Yeah.
It might be a CTE issue.
It could be honestly.
But he's got mental problems
for sure.
I mean, of like somebody needs to help that guy.
Yeah, I mean, when, not to speak ill of this guy, but Drew Rosenhaus drops you.
Yeah,
he has represented some of the most outrageous, outgoing men in the NFL.
Right.
So when he has to take a step back and say, until he gets help, I'm not representing him, is a big thing.
He got problems.
Yeah,
he might be going to. They might have to bump that Logan Paul fight that they were trying to schedule.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
Which I think Antonio Brown might beat the shit out of him.
Oh, for sure.
Logan Paul's a good big guy. Actually, doesn't look bad boxing because I've seen the highlights of his. But he's fighting a YouTuber. YouTuber fight world-class athlete with however many months to train. Especially if he goes to jail for like 6 months. I mean, that's all he's going to be able to do.
Yeah.
He's already shredded.
Exactly. Getting some yard time.
But, he beat his ass. So that's some low-level news.
Yeah, it is.
Because he's just,
that fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what, you're talking about, criminals and stuff. I've been watching the Aaron Hernandez story on Netflix.
I watched it.
I haven't watched all of it yet, but I just remember when it all first happened, reading a lot of it. But this is so in depth and stuff. It's just crazy of all the stuff that is behind the scenes and things like that they don't tell you till now.
And I kind of already knew all that because there's like an 8-part podcast that came out that like the Boston Globe, whatever their spotlight team, which is what like the Catholic priest story and all that all came from that team. They did like an 8-part series of like, that was basically
based on him.
So I watched this and I'm like, it's kind of boring because I knew everything.
Yeah.
So, but there's some. I don't know where you're at.
I
assume you've at least watched one.
I watched.
I think there's only 3.
I'm halfway through the second thing. So
So you know about his high school quarterback?
Yeah.
That shock you when you?
No, it didn't because I knew he was gay. I didn't know that it was like gay, you know?
I think he's, bisexual.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously.
Sure. He has a kid with and a wife. And
how... I don't know if you call it love or whatever, but like how much love does that girl had for him?
Yeah.
Of like, pretty bad guy. Like your sister's boyfriend's the guy that he murdered.
Yeah, and you still
kind of allegedly like maybe hid the weapon.
Yeah, maybe. I mean nobody can prove anything, but
like, and then you're like, well, when you get out, it's like, nope, that ain't happening.
No.
I mean,
yeah, you're right. I mean, it's crazy how. Just I would call it more loyalty than anything, or and based on what they're talking about of when his dad passed away, that was like his structure and his support. Maybe she just didn't. If he was going to get out, maybe she just didn't want that to happen. Or I don't know.
And I don't.
It's hard to still love somebody if they're convicted, if they're found guilty of murder.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And like. That one of like there's some shit that happened in Florida. Like,
dude, he killed people in Florida. Everybody knows that. I mean,
yeah,
like allegedly. They said they couldn't. Yeah,
don't get us sued, man.
Fuck. Whatever. You can have our studio.
Actually, he's dead. So
yeah, I mean, but
he
it was
just
wild.
Bad guy.
Yeah, bad guy. Just had some fucking issues, man.
Bad family. Once his dad died.
Yeah.
That was kind of his mom.
I didn't realize the big connection to UConn.
I didn't
until this came out. It's just like they were sold on you. I mean, they offered him a scholarship at 14,
which obviously seeing him at 14, he
looked 20.
Listening to the podcast was one thing, but then seeing the video clips that they have of like UConn when he like verbally committed.
Yeah,
I mean, what is their coaching staff thinking? Like, I can't believe
we just got this.
We got this guy.
Yeah.
And Urban Meyer went, nah, I don't think so.
I'll take him down here.
I think we're going to take him down here.
And I mean, I remember watching him in Florida and then not knowing who he was when the Patriots drafted him because I wasn't all into that when I was like at 15 or whatever. Yeah, whatever it was. But he was really fucking good at Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that Urban told him to go out. Don't go back for his senior year, but
that's the thing in the podcast of it. I think it's called I can't remember what it's called. It's by Wondery. They're a big podcast group and they do a bunch of Dr. Death. Fantastic about basically a guy that somehow became a surgeon that should have never been a surgeon, just killing people.
Just killing people. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
No, not that he was a serial killer. Just incredibly bad at his job of like, you're a neurosurgeon and like you were doing neck surgery and you cut a guy's head off.
Yeah, that's not good.
But they went more in depth on that senior year thing of like, it's hey, you're going to be a top draft pick or whatever. You got to make your money. And no, it was a get the fuck out of this school kind of conversation. Yeah. You ain't coming back.
No,
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
He got drafted in what, like
the fourth round.
Yeah, so it wasn't like he.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been a steal, honestly.
It was 100% a steal because it was. Everybody knew he had shit.
Oh yeah,
that's why he dropped so far. But he wasn't a guy that was. Hey, you're a top 20 pick. You need to come out early.
Yeah,
because tight ends usually go the full time.
Yeah.
But when Urban Meyer's like, now, get out.
The craziest thing, and I know everybody is probably agreeing with me, but he signed that $40 million extension days after he allegedly, that was the one he convicted on, killed those two people.
Yeah.
Played a whole season, put to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, that is so wild. And you got to have fucking two people. You got to be two different people.
That's the way they said, just like, he was just a normal guy, but then it came through that like none of his teammates ever really knew him.
No.
Like they didn't hang, like everybody hangs out together, but he didn't hang out.
No. I mean, I can't really see him and Tom and Wes Welker and those guys at the fucking horse races, But
you kind of wonder, is that why they brought Tim Tebow in? Because he was there, and I mean, they cut him.
Cut him after.
Like, as soon as Aaron got arrested,
they cut him.
Tebow was cut.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, can you settle this motherfucker down?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I remember, I listened to one. It wasn't this Netflix one, but it was another tight end in the tight end room. Belichick went to him and was like, hey, you need to look after him and you just make sure that he's doing right from wrong. And they're interviewing this guy, and he goes, they didn't fucking listen to me. But Belichick said so. I need a job. I got to listen to him.
Yeah.
And he goes, honestly, just trying to, for him to, the way he reacted when I was trying to help him out, I just knew that I wasn't going to be any help to this guy.
Hey, Aaron, don't murder people. I told him not to kill anybody, Coach. He didn't listen.
Yeah.
But you think about that now. What the Patriots have done over the last 20 years is amazing anyways.
Mm-hmm.
They've won 2 Super Bowls after he murdered people.
Yeah.
And after he killed himself.
Yeah.
What if he didn't, though? I mean, because everybody's like, Gronk, you can't stop Gronk. What if you had another Gronk on the other side of the field?
I know.
What do you do?
Oh, man. That would be...
for the most part, when Hernandez actually... Because him and Gronk weren't on the field a lot together because Gronk was always going through that. That was kind of his injuries, his elbow and stuff like that of like...
Yeah.
But
when they were on there, they were fucking... Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
That's why we got this little Wes Welker running through here.
Exactly.
Like, because we have these 2 giant gorillas on the outside.
I know.
Are wide receivers, but somehow 6'6".
Yeah. And we'll run you over.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, great. If you guys, whoever the hell's listening, the 6 of you, go ahead.
Somebody no, it's more than that. Way more than that. Somebody downloaded from Germany.
Oh.
So
I don't know how to speak German, so.
I do. I took German.
Well, say hi.
I don't know how to say that.
Okay.
You want me to count?
No, I don't want you to count. I said no.
9? I cheated a lot when I took
well, thanks for listening. But yeah, go watch the Aaron Hernandez thing. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I'm a documentary guy. That's
I know
that's my gig.
Your thing.
Don't fuck with cats. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. It's on Netflix.
I'm not a documentary guy.
You will be. One of these days, you will be.
I mean, interesting. I mean, I watched the 30 for 30s.
Well, this one's about murder, so
I get it.
You're not into murder as much as I am.
I think we both know I'm not, because you're very into murder. I
mean, it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Serial killers and how they get away with it.
Yeah.
In the training guides that they put out. I mean, I mean books. Did I say training guides?
Training guides, yeah.
I didn't mean that.
It's okay.
I mean, just, informational stories. But, I guess there was some football this weekend.
There was?
It didn't seem like it. They weren't very... They were intriguing for the fact of, like, I'm very happy with the outcome of it. Like, you get the number 1 offense versus number 1 defense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't ask for a better Super Bowl matchup than out of those 4 teams. Yeah. Honestly, nobody wanted to watch Titans versus Packers.
What if that happened?
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Like 7 people watch the Super Bowl. like they get a spike at halftime for I don't even know who's singing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's somebody that nobody cares about. I mean,
yeah, I don't know who's singing either.
No,
they announced it.
Madonna. I don't
think
know.
so.
Is she still alive? I don't know. But Kansas City. When Tennessee jumped out 10-0 you
knew that it was,
come on now.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, they're not winning this game.
And then when Mahomes made that run before half, that 35-yard trucked over a guy.
Yeah, just runs it in. The thing is, you're not doing that against the 49ers.
Yeah. What I want to say about Tennessee is, and I like Vrabel, and I like their team, but they did get away from what they do.
Yeah.
100%, because you know how many yards Derrick Henry had in the second half?
Was it 15?
-1.
I was way off.
I think he had 1 rush in the second half because they started slaying it. Of like, you weren't down by that much.
No, you can keep doing what you're doing.
Now, you knew that they were going to score.
Yeah.
But you just got to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and you got to keep the ball in your hands.
You're not a high-flying team.
As soon as, the first half, Tannehill went over 100 yards, and I looked at the guys I was watching with, I'm like, well, they're losing.
Oh, 100%.
He hasn't done that all the playoffs in there.
That's, I don't know what I'm so interested to see what San Francisco does.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see what you do. I really don't.
No,
I mean, with
the only thing that San Fran has going for him that other teams haven't, they don't have to blitz to get to him.
Right, which is a huge deal in the NFL.
Deal. You can drop. I mean, you're dropping 7 guys back in coverage and probably getting at least 2 or 3 sacks out of your 4 guys.
Yeah, because that is the
and you rotate them.
I mean,
because you have 6 guys who rush the passer.
They have Kansas City has a track team on the outside.
Yeah,
and Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
here's a guy that catch everything. He's going to find you linebackers has no chance.
Yeah, no chance.
And these guys out here, one of them probably the fastest guy in the NFL.
Yeah,
by a bit.
The
other guys outrun everybody you got in your defensive secondary. I mean, it's just, but you start looking at these matchups over history.
The defense wins.
Mostly always.
Yeah.
It's,
well, I mean, I just remember obviously being a Broncos fan watching that Super Bowl with them against the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1 offense versus number 1 defense.
Yeah.
We all know how that one went. 42-14.
Well, and there you go.
Yeah.
Who was in that defensive backfield?
Oh, Richard Sherman.
That is also in this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's...
Hey, you kind of know how to...
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the other one, I don't know that I care for Aaron Rodgers all that much.
I like him.
I like him as
he's an
player,
asshole,
but he just comes off as like a
prick.
Bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost. I'm like, hey man, you ever think it might be your fault?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's gonna be the coaches running the defense. Now I will say the defense wise, San Francisco's running game. Well, first of all, you get your asses stomped by a team that threw the ball 8 times.
Yeah.
8 times.
8 times.
Running the ball, their running backs
was the 3rd string.
Had 180 yards.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if your rushing attack gets 100 yards in an NFL game, that's a good
Big
day.
deal.
You're pretty happy with your run game. They got 180 yards before first contact.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That is incredible.
They almost rushed for 200 yards without getting touched.
Yeah.
And it was, I was just, to watch it of like, all right, they're on the 40. Oh, somebody laid their hand on him as he crossed the 20, and it was just a fingertip.
Yeah.
Of like, never even, rushing for a 40-yard touchdown in the NFL.
I know.
With nobody around.
Nope.
It just, I mean, we could have walked through those holes.
I know we could have. And we're wide. Wide?
I mean, the size of holes that you see on Pornhub is what they had for those running backs.
It's a big hole.
You know, I mean.
Bet it smelled.
Well, it smells like sweat. Shame. A sweat and shame sandwich. But
you don't get any contact through those holes either.
No. It's not feeling good for anybody.
No.
Just going to go through the motions.
Seems like a fake chow day.
Another underrated movie.
Yeah, it is. But you're right. It was incredible to see that they just ran up and down. And at some point in time, if you're the Packers defense, what the fuck? Maybe tackle the fucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe defeat one block.
Yeah.
You're not even winning your one-on-one block.
Yeah.
You had tight ends blocking linebackers, and you weren't getting off those blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck?
Could you imagine, like I want to hear as they're getting pummeled with the run game.
Yeah.
They're just their little brief, huddle up for the defense of like, hey, they haven't thrown the ball this quarter. They might run it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they're gonna.
Yeah.
Can we do anything?
Yeah.
Nope.
Sorry.
Not even in a little.
We're out of ideas on this one. It's like playing a 7-on-7 and saying watching the run or watch the pass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just fucking stupid. What are you doing?
And some days you just get your ass stomped.
You do. And that was one of those days. And now I thought Rodgers was going to make a little comeback there, and then they just kind of tweeted out. But
I'm gonna tell you where my problem with him is.
Mm-hmm.
Marching down the field. Obviously, the first half.
Yeah.
Still game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, marching down to score.
Yeah.
And you have the fumbled snap.
Mm-hmm.
He just turned and started walking toward the sideline. Like, didn't even attempt
to get it.
He's the only one on the field
who can
that
get that.
knew there was a fumble.
Yeah.
The only one.
Yeah.
Didn't even attempt. Immediately started walking backwards and well, you didn't even try to jump on it.
Yeah.
Like, this is.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be healthy for you got to get there to the Super Bowl first. Like, you got to win this one.
Yeah.
So, and that's where, like, when he gets in his little bitching and moaning about the play calling and shit like that, it's things like that of like, I'm not saying, to have a Drew Brees situation, but give me something. Just give me an effort. I mean, of something.
Yeah.
Maybe slap your center on the ass, go, hey man, the ball's on the ground.
Yeah. Or just maybe try. Don't take your helmet off as you're walking off the field and they haven't recovered the ball yet.
And act like it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
Because, the center sometimes, if he's firing off, that gets... No, it hit him in the hands.
It hit him in the hands. He just didn't grab it.
You guys had for some reason, you can't have a camera angle of the fucking goal line when they're trying to see if somebody scored.
Yeah.
But you had a close-up of the center quarterback exchange from the defensive side looking through the legs.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird angle.
Well, they're going to be trying to score a touchdown. Yeah, we don't have anything down the end zone line. We can't help you. We got this.
Yeah, we got this
one, though.
Got this one, though.
It just,
It's dumb. But,
bothers me.
It does. That's just somebody who thinks that they're just too good for the game sometimes,
And because you hear all the people, statistically, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, and he just, he's the best ever. Statistically, he's got 1 and Tom Brady has 6.
Yeah.
So, no.
Yeah. I mean, and statistically speaking, isn't Drew Brees better?
Yes.
I mean, if you're looking at the all-time yards, touchdowns, completion percentage, I mean.
Here's one for you. The same tool set. Because I know Aaron Rodgers is 26 years old, or 36 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But arm strength, Aaron Rodgers is a mobile guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he runs around kind of those falling off throws.
Yeah.
So in the same skill set, Patrick Mahomes doing a shit ton more with that skill set than Aaron Rodgers ever has.
Mm-hmm.
I vaguely even remember when they won the Super Bowl. I mean, if he was...
they were fantastic when they won the Super Bowl. I mean they had that was one of the cases where the best offense won that day. Yeah. They played Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh couldn't fucking cover them. I mean, Jordy Nelson, the white guy, was catching fucking touchdowns deep.
You got a problem when that's happened.
Yeah. Fucking,
that's just not...
Ike Taylor can't guard Jordy Nelson, I mean...
You know what? I've seen some interviews with Ike Taylor.
Yeah.
I hated him when
he was... understand him?
Very well.
Okay.
Breaking down games and stuff like that. I mean, on radio shows I've heard, it's like, well, after the break, we got Ike Taylor. And I'm like, fuck that guy. Because obviously I'm a Bengals fan. Ike Taylor, that's a big problem. And he gets on there and starts breaking stuff down and going like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Not an asshole. Doesn't seem to be. I mean, he 100% could be, but knows it. Obviously knows his shit. He played in the NFL for 15 fucking years.
But I'm sure there's guys in the NFL who can't do that.
No. And I mean, he's, he speaks well.
Yeah.
He's understandable.
Yeah.
Not dropping F-bombs like we do.
Mm-hmm.
But, and break stuff down.
Yeah.
It's, it was probably the most shocking thing of like, when I heard him, I'm like, shit, he's not bad.
Yeah.
And I didn't like him, but I kind of like him now.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, there you go. So who wins the Super Bowl?
San Francisco.
By how many?
6.
Okay. High scoring? Middle of the pack? Middle.
Yeah. In that
20s, 30s?
Yeah, low 30s, high 20s, kind of.
Like 29, 23?
Like a standard NFL game.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of how I'm feeling. Because, I mean, Chiefs are going to score. And it's you get a lot of talk, too, of like, when people with the Jimmy G thing of, well, he only threw 8 times. And all, if Kansas City stops that run game, which I don't know that they can.
Yeah.
But people forget when Jimmy G throws the ball, pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Remember that shootout against Drew Brees that he won?
Yeah.
Pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
And I'd seen stats. I didn't write them down, but like when he's throwing the ball in situations when they trail, his stats, best in the league as far as completion percentage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's the only guy to have top 5 in all 5 of the quarterback categories this year. So, I mean.
But it's just, but people shit on him. It's like, well, he only threw it 8 times.
Yeah.
Well, if your guys were running for 20 yards at a pop, why would you be throwing the ball?
Exactly.
I mean, because all you could do is fuck it up, is throw an interception.
Exactly.
I mean, because you throw a pick 6 and now you let him back in. But I think he'll play well. I think they run the ball because, it's like, well, Kansas City's defense coming on,
They are.
which it has been.
Yeah.
But I also heard that about Green Bay's defense. So
yeah,
and I know what San Francisco's defense is.
Yeah,
and a lot of people, because they had that couple game slide where San Francisco lost some games, they gave up some points. Also, 2 of the starters were injured.
Yeah,
during that, like people forget about that they had some guys off their defense. But
I'm going. I mean, like I said last week, fuck the Chiefs. But yeah, I just think the 49ers are the better all-around complete team.
They're a team.
They don't have that sketchy defense, sketchy offense. They're pretty fucking complete.
Yeah.
I just like them,
Well, it's just you got to side with the defense on that of like
I like to side with defense and not necessarily coaching experience, but player experience. And the Niners have had more guys go to the Super Bowl / playoffs more than, the Chiefs. Maybe, whether it's 1 or 2 guys, those 1 or 2 guys, one of them's your left tackle.
Yeah.
One of them's Richard Sherman. Both guys, I'm assuming, probably pretty vocal. Joe Staley's been there all of his career. Richard Sherman, we know, is a vocal guy. That means a lot. Emmanuel Sanders has been to the Super Bowl twice with 2 other teams.
Yeah.
And he's a vocal guy. So I think that helps. You know what I'm saying? To have that experience of, okay, this is what we need to do. And I think that helps kind of settle people down too, because obviously there's nerves in the fucking Super Bowl. I mean, everybody in America is going to watch the game.
Everybody in the world. It's like 120 million people or whatever watch that thing. And it just, I'm a big believer in the defensive thing, especially when you talk about like 4 guys, 4 first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
Oh, and also somehow they're an NFL defense that runs a defensive line like college does, of like
rotates.
I don't know, here's some fresh guys.
Yeah.
that shit doesn't happen in the NFL. Nope. You can't have that.
No.
But
and that's what's awesome.
But they do.
It's awesome. I mean, you got guys like obviously Bosa's and D Ford and the Armstead and all those, the Buckner and all those guys in there. You also have another first-round pick in Solomon Thomas that comes in and plays. But when you can line a Bosa or a D Ford against a guard, you're not blocking him.
Good luck.
Yeah, you're not getting there. You're not fast enough, and you may not be strong enough because he has a quick step and he's going to put you on your ass.
Yeah. Did you see that last week when Bosa and I can't remember who it was? They came to the sideline after obviously they forced Green Bay to punt.
Yeah.
And then they came to the sideline and working on handwork and rushing techniques during the game. Like, that's what those guys do.
Yeah.
And I know Mahomes is elusive and he's got a big arm and all that stuff. But, those fast guys, how far down the field are they in 2 seconds?
But
that's the...
what I said about the Titans with Lamar Jackson is they got pressure right up the middle.
Right.
So there was no pocket to step up in. Buckner and Armstead will push those guys up towards the middle, so you have no place to go.
No.
You don't step up, and you can't step out because you got speed on the outside.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a huge thing. There's going to have to be some designed rollouts if they want him to get out there.
Have to. And it's the other thing is, they do. Kansas City likes, they like to throw to their running back.
Mm-hmm.
They like to do those things of, running those.
The 9 motions with a dive play,
and sneaking a running back out into the pass pattern, it's pretty tough when that guy you got to chip. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
So not only can you rush just 4, you're also taking another receiver out at least briefly to where he's just a
a check down.
A check down, not we're going to run a wheel route and try to catch them up the sideline for 20 yards of, he's going to have to hit one of these defensive linemen. I mean, so.
Yeah, I think the screen game is going to be pretty vital for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Just because of how well the pass rush is.
And that's the other thing is they're really good at the screen game.
They are.
I mean.
Yeah, I mean, they really are good at the screen game, so I think it's going to be interesting. And then it doesn't matter who they have as a linebacker, and they have some pretty damn good linebackers. Kelsey should have a monster game. If there's any success on that offense, it's Kelsey, and then I'm going to get you with Hill going deep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first, and I'm not a fan of either of these teams.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm like, I'm pretty,
Yeah. Well, it's somebody different.
And there's so many times it's just shitty. I mean.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Last year's game, it was boring, but it was just a defensive game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, there has been some shitty fucking Super Bowls, like some blowouts. Obviously the.
Well, you think about that. Like, you're a Denver fan.
Yeah.
The Seattle game, they get ass stomped. And then Denver wins the Super Bowl by ass stomping of like.
Yeah, exactly.
What? It's just.
But yeah, I'm excited just for two completely different teams. The Chiefs never made it until
50 years.
50 years, and then the Niners haven't won one since 94.
Yeah.
With Steve Young.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome. They're actually going to be playing for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to put that staple in there.
And to say this, they, obviously, because they have Bosa, don't forget, they didn't trade for that number 2 pick.
No,
they earned it. And they're in the Super Bowl a year later.
Yeah.
So there you go. You want to talk about if people say Jimmy G isn't a good quarterback or whatever. Yeah. They were winning games.
Yeah.
And he got hurt.
Not anymore.
And they ended up with the second pick. Because he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Now he's back.
Mm-hmm.
And they started off, 8-9-0?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they asked, I read something where they asked Garoppolo, what was it like, with the knee injury? How's that affected the season this year? And he goes, well, we got Bosa out of it. that was his
That's
answer.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That was his answer.
Big deal.
Yeah. It is. It's a huge deal. And the only reason you don't have the number 1 pick is because Arizona didn't win a game.
No.
Or one game or something, That's why
it would have they would have just paid Bosa more because they weren't.
No, they weren't getting.
They got a lot of money wrapped up in Garoppolo, so we weren't going to draft him.
No,
that's I mean, it is one of those things because it's the the Bengals having that first pick, and it's just it's Joe Burrow, it's Joe Burrow, it's Joe Burrow. But if Bosa has a huge game, San Francisco wins.
Do you think
just
about
because it's the Cincinnati Bengals going? They've kind of won it with defense, and that that'd be it's and it is. It's been pointed out a lot. Just that franchise. It is 2020. The year is 2020, and the Cincinnati Bengals do not have an indoor practice facility.
That's wild.
Think about that. They do not have an indoor practice facility. Now,
they
practice in the cold, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you play in Cincinnati, it's going to be cold. That's okay. Mm-hmm. What if there's a rainstorm and there's lightning?
Yeah.
An NFL team
has to
cancel practice or delay it for however long. You're a billionaire.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars.
And you can't.
They make billions of dollars. I think the NFL did $15 billion last year.
You can't afford a goddamn indoor practice facility.
You don't have an indoor practice facility.
Holy shit.
And it's not like you're not the one that paid for the stadium.
No.
And there's articles written about, and you can't blame Mike Brown for the stadium deal because the city of Cincinnati kind of put this deal and he signed it.
Yeah.
He has the greatest lease of any professional sport.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have to pay that much.
Well, because he doesn't.
They don't own it.
They don't own it.
No.
The city does. And they're paying, they like soda taxes and stuff like that. They up those rates to pay for it. Oh, but that's not it of obviously ticket sales. Because usually, you play here, but we get a portion of this. We get a portion of this. That's what comes back. The city helped pay this.
Mm-hmm.
No. To the point where they don't own the parking lots around it.
Yeah.
But the Bengals get the parking revenue.
Yep.
of like, I mean, like the city just got bent over a barrel. So you did all that.
Yeah.
And do not have an indoor practice facility.
Well, you can correlate
practice
that with
facilities
injuries
yourself. A massive injury.
Yeah.
Because guess who missed the whole year with an ankle injury that happened on a practice field because they had to go somewhere else to practice?
Yeah.
Something like they couldn't practice at their own facility. Something had happened. So they had to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And A.J. Green messes his ankle up and misses the whole season.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he could have came back, but that was
that's
why would
thing.
you?
Yeah.
Because what if you messed up and won?
Exactly. But I mean, you look at it like that as, I mean, how many major injuries have happened because, you know, your muscles are react in the cold. They don't react as fast in the cold.
Right.
I couldn't imagine, you know, I'm going from, now I know it's high school, but we practiced in snow during our playoff week.
Right.
And we got absolutely nothing out of it. It was more of a toughen the fuck up because it may snow this weekend, you know? But you got nothing out of it. It was a worthless practice. I couldn't imagine in an NFL set you're going, well, this is one of the best practices we had.
Yeah.
No.
Well, especially on the NFL side, like I understand going outside because, hey, you get, you know.
You play outside.
Wet footballs, cold hands. We need, you know, that stuff. But NFL-wise, during a season, those guys, they're just looking for reps and looks. That's kind of what they're
exactly. You can go inside and do that.
I mean, that's kind of
either that or put a fucking dome on top
I mean,
of
it's, you know, every other team has. There's 31 other teams have one.
Yeah.
You don't.
That's incredible. I did not know that.
But he's also the guy that said he lost money when they'd make the playoff. Because, you know, revenue, because you got to pay the players.
Yeah.
Because it's outside of their contract. So their player contracts end at week 17.
Yeah.
So when they go in the playoffs, you have to pay them.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's depends on your skill set and stuff, what you get.
Yeah.
But that's out of pocket. Should be offset by ticket sale. So he said in an interview, this is the owner of the team going, we lost money because he had to pay the players, which he didn't lose money. He just, you know, had some money come out of his pocket.
Yeah.
He said it's hell, you're better off going 8-8 and missing the playoffs. That's the owner.
Yeah. That's
because if you're 8-8, you got a chance so people show up.
Yeah.
But you didn't make it, so you don't have to pay the players.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like the NFL. Kind of like the NBA did with the Clippers.
Yeah.
And maybe it's time to step in.
Yeah, and get that fucker out of there.
I understand that there's a team named after the guy's father.
Yeah.
And his father started this other franchise.
Yeah.
But maybe it's time because they don't have a general manager.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a director of player personnel.
No.
The team president doesn't know shit of like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shit show.
Yeah.
Absolute shit show.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, it's Cincinnati. I'll still root for them. I don't have to, at least it frees up my Sunday afternoons if I don't have to. That's because I've watched more Browns games this year than obviously than Bengals games because
it's just TV. I mean, you know, they're on TV, though.
A lot of buddies that are Browns fans, I had to hear all summer, well, they got Odell and it's Baker Mayfield. I mean, they're going to make. And easy. I took a lot of happiness in the they still suck because they're still the Browns, and that's not the way the NFL works.
Nope.
But so that was my little rant about the Cincinnati Bengals and how will they screw up the number 1 draft pick? Because something will happen
for sure.
They're going to draft Joe Burrow, but something stupid's going to happen. It's either going to be him coming out. I'm not playing here. Like they'll do something to offend him, or you know, they'll get arrested, and it like one of their players will go to see Joe Burrow and somehow get Joe Burrow arrested because it's just around a Bengals guy, and that's what happens.
Yeah,
but that they're gonna mess it up.
Probably. Probably. I mean, honestly,
I don't see how they don't. I mean,
it's so hard to fuck it up, though.
Literally, all you have to do is put the name on the card. That's all you have to do.
And it
be like something like they'll put the name on the card. They'll be walking up to turn it in,
Yeah.
And like the guy will trip and break his ankle and they'll miss the deadline and miss the pick.
Which if you miss the deadline on that pick, you suck anyway.
Remember that like 2 years in a row, the Vikings missed their pick.
Yeah.
It was like a strategic thing because you get another pick the next year in that round of like. So you're telling me there's nobody.
There's nobody
want. In this draft that you want. At this point in time,
you're not
you guys
good.
like 4-12 last year.
Yeah.
That was during the sex boat scandal era.
Yeah.
Like you got nobody that could be replaced.
Yeah.
There's like just nobody in this draft.
No, nobody. But you guys suck.
Yeah. That was just shocking.
Mm-hmm.
But I did, I don't have a lot of Bears friends, but I have some of just the whole, trading up to get Mitch and Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes
back
right there. Yeah.
Oh, also Deshaun Watson. I'm like, you guys, you traded up past them
to get him.
To get that. And these guys making the playoffs. This guy looking like he might be one of the best to do it. I mean.
Yeah. They have to be just pissed.
And they're not that far off. They're really close to closer to a San Francisco kind of thing with their defensive stuff. You just need a guy not to fuck it up.
Yeah, and he fucks it up. Trubisky sucks. I mean, let's just be honest. He sucks.
There's some people out there. They could go. Depending. If Cam Newton gets cut, 100% Chicago needs to.
Go after that.
I wouldn't be mad at if Andy Dalton gets cut. He's better than that.
Yeah.
But I think
I wouldn't be surprised if they gave picks up for Derek Carr. To be honest,
I wouldn't either.
I mean, honestly,
I wouldn't either.
It's
I don't. But they're so like that GM. That's what sucks.
Yeah,
that's the worst part about being a GM when you have to draft a quarterback.
Yep,
that's yours.
Mm-hmm.
If he's a bust, you're fired.
Yeah,
I mean that's just the
unless
way
you're John Elway.
Yeah, unless you're John Elway or unless you're Mike Brown because you own the team.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's like remember when Trubisky got benched?
Yeah,
and then it was kind of the GM saying put his ass back in the game.
Yep,
kind of
that's
like
my guy.
Hey man,
I gotta. Yeah.
That's
like I mean it's the same thing with the Redskins.
Yeah,
the GM is saying fucking play Haskins, Haskins, and Gruden's like it's not ready.
I don't want him.
I don't want to play him.
Now, was that a Gruden trying to get out of Washington?
Oh, for sure.
Because like when you publicly come out and say, I made it very obvious that I don't want this guy. I don't want this guy. Well, you have him.
Yeah.
So you get him. We gave you players.
Yep.
You go win.
That's your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's got Gardner Minshew to sling the old rock around.
Yeah, I seen he got hired by Jacksonville
or Nick Foles, depending on what they do there.
Big Dick Nick.
They fucking paid Nick Foles last year, and he's not going to play. He's not going to play. Why would you? Minshew didn't look bad.
No.
Minshew had some games where he looked awesome.
What do you do with that? I mean,
you don't play Foles.
You can't. Yeah, but then again, you cannot recover.
No, you can't.
Because guess what? You're still going to be paying Foles when you have to pay Minshew.
Yeah.
What do you? You're like half of your salary cap.
I just don't understand. It's the same old story. Just because the person had success with one team does not mean they're going to have the same success.
No.
You are a backup for a reason. Foles, give credit to him. He got his opportunity and he fucking went with it.
Won the Super Bowl. Also lost the starting job the next year.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay.
Same thing with the Rams because he was with the Eagles before.
Yeah.
With Andy Reid. Gets cut or don't re-sign him. The Rams pay him. He sucks for them. Goes back to Philly, wins the Super Bowl. Oh, here comes the same old story again. Nope, out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with Keenum and the Broncos. Keenum had that, great year, the same year that Foles went to the Super Bowl. We're going to give him some money. It wasn't as much as Foles got, but still, what made you think it was going to work? Keenum has never worked anywhere else but that year. I mean, is it not possible people think it's probably just a 1-year thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Shit.
And it's because you handcuff your franchise.
Yeah.
It's because you haven't seen it yet, but it's coming, because, Seattle paid Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
That's what, $35 million?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to start to see that as contract come up. But if Russell Wilson got $35 million, and that was, what What's Patrick Mahomes going to get?
Oh,
38?
It's going to be ridiculous.
And then what's it do to that team? Like, you have this team.
Yeah.
Say if they win the Super Bowl, it's going to be closer to the 40 side.
Yeah.
Unless he does the Tom Brady thing and says, whoa. But he hadn't gotten his paycheck yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you can't keep that? I mean, you pay him, you can't re-sign Travis Kelce.
No.
I mean, I don't know where he's at in his contract, but like all these weapons that he's thrown to, they start going away.
Well, that's why I completely 100% blame O'Shea for Luck's injuries.
Yeah.
They gave him, he was the highest paid quarterback when he signed his contract. They had no money to re-sign anybody else.
No.
He had no offensive line. He only had T.Y. Hilton to throw to. He had nobody else. Reggie Wayne had just retired. He had nobody to block for. Nobody blocked for him. So he gets fucking pummeled. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a tough guy, but he gets pummeled, and now he's not playing at 28 years old.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Joe Flacco.
They paid him. Oh, we can't. Your number one weapon, Anquan Bolden?
Yep. Out.
Can't re-sign him because we gave you all his money.
Yeah.
And you went to shit, then you get traded to your team and couldn't keep the job. Who's starting for them at the end of the year?
Drew Lock.
You lost your job to Drew Lock.
Hey, he's 4-1.
Hey, big cock Lock.
Hey, if anything, they listened to Flacco. They fired their offense coordinator.
Yeah.
Flacco had a quote-unquote herniated disc, and that's why he didn't play. A few days after he spoke out about the play calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't do that with an old school guy like Fangio.
No.
It doesn't matter if he agrees with it or not. You don't do that with him because he doesn't give a fuck.
But I really need to look into it, like how they finagle numbers in these salary caps. So like, well, if we do this in a bonus and we do this, like, because like Drew Brees is a perfect example. Like when Drew Brees retires, the Saints are fucked.
Oh, for sure.
Because they've reworked it so many times. Like there's so much dead money. Like if he retired this year, it's like 27 millions of dead money in the cap for next year because they've pushed so much stuff off that it's like you lost a starting quarterback that you got to replace. Plus you have a starting quarterback salary and dead money that you can't use, and you already paid Michael Thomas. So I don't know how they work that.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I don't, which he's coming back anyways. I don't know. Oh, there's another one. Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
If Drew Brees comes back, Teddy Bridgewater's going to get paid. He went 5-0.
Yeah, I know.
In that, I mean.
Yeah.
So there's another one, Chicago.
But again, you're throwing to Michael Thomas. You have Alvin Kamara.
I understand.
You have a pretty good offensive line.
Not bad.
You know, I mean, you go to Chicago, who you throwing to? You don't have a run game. You traded him.
Yeah.
You literally abandoned your whole entire run. I mean, you did. You say, Jordan Howard is not our running back. That's what you need. You need a guy who can run the fucking ball up the middle, not these little scat backs that catch passes out in the flats. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and you're not throwing the ball to anybody.
I'm not. Teddy Bridgewater was. How about Carolina?
Yeah. Like, I mean,
could work.
Could work.
You know? Because it's a short termer anyways. I mean, because they're going to draft somebody unless they just tank it for Trevor next year.
They may. Who knows?
Need to make some shirts up. Tank it for Trevor.
Tank it for Trevor.
I think that's a good look.
Yeah.
Wideside fashion.
Mm-hmm. Get some merch out there.
Yeah. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Most stuff I say you can't put on a shirt, but you know, might get arrested if they were out there. But I say obviously we got to bring this up because you're a Duke fan, such a Duke fan that you
named my dog Duke.
Named your dog Duke.
I did.
But your number one fella came back into the league last night.
Zion. Yeah. Yeah. Had a decent night.
Yeah. They, slow start. I mean, they're a terrible team.
Yeah, they're bad.
Coach is horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous. I didn't know this till I watched another show and seen this, that they did the announcements of, they announced him second when they did starting lineups.
Number's 1.
Yeah, but they announced him second.
Yeah.
Usually you announce the big draw last.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear the next two guys announced because of like, why would you, who does that?
Yeah. Either first or last, one of the two.
Michael Jordan didn't have the highest number, but he was always last.
Yeah.
The number one guy is always last. I don't care what sport it is. When they do Starting lineup announcements, unless it's baseball because they do it by batting order. But it's last. Of like, okay. But, hey, 4 for 4 from 3 there.
22 points. I only played like 20-some minutes, which makes sense.
It was like little 5-minute bursts. That was kind of there.
Yeah. I think he looked bad.
I think he looked Wideside. They made a lot of comments about that on the broadcast. A lot of fat shaming going on for old Zion Williams.
You're only getting that because you haven't seen a guy like that. You know what I mean? You're only getting the NBA people commenting of how big he is because there hasn't been anybody his size. Now, granted,
he's pushing 300 pounds.
Yeah, he is.
But he didn't play at that size. But then again, hadn't played basketball in 5 months or 4 months.
Yeah,
he's a little big though.
He's too big, especially if you're having a knee problem. When you jump up as high as he does and you come down with all that weight on a knee, you don't last a long time.
Well, you don't last 82 games.
No.
LeBron James knew that because LeBron James is bigger than anybody.
Yeah, he was 280. LeBron James was 280 pounds at one point in time.
And they list. So they're the same height.
Yeah.
They were trying to convince people on his listed weight last night that he was 285 pounds. They are some fucking liars on that. I'll tell you that right now. But, he'll drop some down. But they maybe talked about it too much.
Yeah.
Leave
the kid alone. He probably knows it. 19
years old.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Fuck.
He's already on a shitty team with a shitty coach.
Yeah.
He was a shitty coach at Phoenix.
Yeah.
He's like, well, but he won some titles. Nah. Well, he sat on the bench in Golden State with the best team in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know that he did anything.
Steve Kerr, you can say what you want about him, but a nutless monkey could have won those fucking championships. Jesus.
Yeah, because the Walton kid did real well once he left.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was like fucking 23-5 when he stood in as coach there.
Yeah. You know what's sad? I don't know who coaches the Lakers.
I don't either. Because Walton got shit canned.
Exactly. And I don't know who they hired.
Oh, wasn't it LeBron's hire? Didn't they hire his coach?
No. They hired the old Pacers coach, didn't they?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know.
D'Antoni?
No. I don't fucking know who it is. I don't know who
I don't really follow a lot of NBA.
No. I thought the coach was LeBron.
This is why I really get struggles. We don't have a football game that's because sure as shit. Not breaking down the Pro Bowl.
You want to talk about the Pro Bowl?
But
Frank Vogel. That's his name.
Oh, Frank Vogel. He was
He coached the Pacers, and then he coached the Magic last year, I believe. Maybe last 2 years.
So some quality teams that he's led.
Well, the Pacers weren't bad when he was there.
They were okay.
They went to the...
I actually, the Pacers are my team. That's who I would root for.
Really?
I don't really root for NBA, but, I liked Reggie Miller back in the day.
Yeah,
so.
I don't have one. I can't say that I like an NBA team.
I don't like anything Cleveland, really. So I don't root for the Cavaliers.
No, I don't like the Cavs. Like I said, I don't really like anybody.
Well, that's kind of the weird thing because the NBA's even pushed that they don't push teams, they push players. So, nobody's like, are you a fan of a team or are you a fan of a player? Like, people are fans of LeBron. Now the Lakers, obviously, that's just a brand. But, when you went to the Heat, they weren't fans of the fucking Heat. They were fans of LeBron.
LeBron, exactly. When I was a kid, when Blake Griffin got drafted, he was one of my favorite players. So, I guess I liked the Clippers at that point in time. I didn't follow them. I could give two shits less about them. But
it was cool. He hit his head on the backboard trying to dunk.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Apparently, he's been doing some stand-up, and I've heard not bad.
Really?
Not bad at stand-up.
Well, so. I'm surprised he can stand up with all the injuries he's had.
Freaking glass knees.
Yeah,
but,
Jesus.
There again, you jump that high and you come down.
Yeah.
Drop some LBs there, Zion.
Exactly. I liked Anthony Davis when he came out of Kentucky, but I wasn't a fucking Pelicans fan.
Who is? Because it's the worst fucking nickname in history. Their logo is horrendous.
Yeah.
My wife picked it. Well,
I've had a tremendous amount of NFL jerseys over the years, whether it was Broncos players or just players that I liked from other teams. As growing up as a kid, you just want their jerseys, I had 3 NBA jerseys ever. A LeBron Cavs one. I had a Heat Shaq one, and I had a Sacramento Kings Cousins one. I had a Boogie Cousins jersey because I love Boogie Cousins.
I don't know if I ever had. I know I had.
I have a Shaq Magic jersey too, but it was a spur of the moment buy.
We talked about that. I had the Magic warm ups.
Yeah,
we talked about that. And them tearaway pants. But I think, and I had a not a jersey, but it was like a T-shirt that Pacers. It was Reggie Miller. Loved that shirt. I don't know. I think my brother had a Team USA.
Yeah.
Larry Bird jersey. That was that's one thing you don't think about either. Like, obviously, people of certain ages, the Dream Team, when that came, like how big of a deal that was. Like 92, I think, of just because NBA players didn't play in the Olympics. I mean, because people just don't think about that anymore. And it was drastically clear because other countries didn't really have NBA players. I mean, it's gotten better now to where it still shouldn't be competitive.
No.
But it's because they don't really care as much.
Yeah.
But boy, did they spank some people.
I mean, even in 2008.
Yeah.
They fucking just womp people. Like if Carmelo could play USA ball as well as he does in the NBA, he would be a Hall of Famer. He was awesome in the Olympics.
But it was such a big deal. I mean, like you get in it's the Olympics, so they play at freaking weird times, like 1:00 in the afternoon, or and you'd hear an update on the radio or whatever if you couldn't see, because no DVR.
Yeah.
But well, it's halftime and the USA is up 110-7. I'm like, oh,
okay.
Well, put your second stringers in. Oh, you mean these other 5 Hall of Famers?
Yeah. Well, I remember I watched.
You mean take him out and put Karl Malone in?
Yeah. I remember watching the Leitner 30 for 30 and talking about how it was the only year they let the best college basketball player.
Yeah, it was 2 college basketball players
to go to the Dream Team, and Shaq didn't get to go on there because Leitner won the award or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, man, they really fucked up on that one. Can you imagine fucking Shaq with that goddamn team instead of Leitner?
But I agree with that because Leitner
in college was awesome. Oh, I'm saying now though.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh, fucking
they still
Shaq.
say that. Like there's always rumor that there was some video of a practice where they say it's the greatest game never seen.
Oh, really?
Where they had just did 5-on-5.
5-on-5
of when are those guys ever on the court actually playing?
I
think I seen where Leitner had said that he was on. It was just like a scrimmage, so they had some guy, the Dream Team, and they had like the college all-stars, and just kind of a scrimmage. And I guess college kids scored some points, and started talking some shit.
Oh, okay.
And I think it pissed Michael Jordan and them off. He said they just flipped a switch and started playing defense, and the college all-stars, didn't score another point. It's like people, it's like, you don't realize, like, those NBA guys can play some damn defense.
Exactly.
I mean.
Yeah. But that's the only ones I had. Oh, and I enjoyed watching the Pistons play when I was a kid. Ben Wallace and Chauncey Billups and all those guys.
See, that pissed me off
Hamilton,
because
Rasheed Wallace.
That stopped Reggie Miller from getting the title.
I know it did.
But you know what? I'm going to blame him on that too. Because he usually always went up for a 2-hand dunk when he got on a breakaway, and he went up with like a bitch-ass layup and got it blocked.
Yeah.
And that kind of changed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that kind of changed the game. Like, hey, man, just go and dunk that.
Yeah, for sure. You're an NBA. You're really good.
I know you scored eight points in 5 seconds or whatever it was now against the Knicks in the playoffs, but maybe just go dunk that. Yeah. But then, obviously the malice in the palace too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
little
I love that.
Meta World Peace.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the fact that it still is great of like, the guy just sitting there like, I didn't throw it. You'd fucking hit anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
exactly.
Maybe don't stand there.
Exactly. Maybe don't talk shit as the guy's running towards you.
You have an NBA player running at you. It just not like a point guard.
No, you have Ron Artest running at you.
Ron Artest.
Who has a temper anyway.
He's obviously screaming and pissed off. Actually was trying to stay out of getting into a fight.
Yeah.
And you're trying to talk sense to him as he gets there to hit you. I'm like, I'm coming up here to beat your ass, and you want to. But that is the greatest thing, because I love that happened, because, maybe it could stop fans from talking shit to the superior athletic people.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
You guys suck. Oh, you guys come on up here. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You've seen what happens.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
The one thing we didn't touch on of a little MMA, because I stayed up and watched the Conor fight.
Was it a fight? Fucking 40 seconds?
Dude, it was the whole card, because there was it's kind of a snooze fest.
Yeah.
I mean, the 40 seconds was extremely exciting.
Before you go into that, I want to hear your breakdown, because you watch it more than I do. I have watched, I could say, a handful of fights, good fights. I've never seen somebody use their shoulder the way he did.
I've never seen it.
And it was incredible.
I don't know that it's ever, I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
But I've never seen that happen before. It was so, you'll, like, when they get pinned up against the cage, you'll see them do that, but it's more of a trying to
get you off of him.
Yeah. Like, I'll flip my shoulder into your chin, and if you pull your head back, I'll hit you with an elbow kind of thing. This was no, I'm going to break your fucking nose.
Yeah.
This isn't a get off me.
No.
This is a strike. I'm hitting you with this.
It looks so much, just that was so much of a fucking street fight thing. Like, you're just trying to get the guy and just trying to,
and it
beat his
wasn't
fucking ass.
The other ones, like, when you see them hit with their shoulders and stuff, they just kind of, like, he dropped down and fired up with his legs, and then rifled that shoulder into the Cowboy's nose. And I'm a big Cowboy. Everybody, most people, I can't imagine you find anybody that's going to say, that doesn't like Cowboy. Even though I did see some people on Twitter and stuff like that saying, "Oh, Cowboy throw that fight for money." Like, are you shitting me?
Yeah,
it's Donald Cerrone. Yeah. He'll fight again in like 3 weeks after he just got knocked out, just because that's what he does. That is just stupid.
Yeah,
but it was the fact that I think Cowboy was so shocked at what the fuck was that? Because it never happened before.
Yeah.
I just got my nose broke by 4 shots to it from his shoulder.
Yeah.
And the whole, on the, whatever they call it, CompuStrike or whatever the actual official, Conor threw 20 strikes.
Yeah.
He landed 19 of them.
Wow.
The only one he missed is he kind of went in like a banshee and threw a wild left hand to open the fight up.
Yeah.
That's the only time he missed.
Wow.
Cowboy landed 0 shots. It was, I missed that.
Yeah.
4 elbows to the face. Not to mention a knee, and then it kicked you in the face.
Yeah.
Of like, when, after the shoulder shots, and they kind of separated, and Cowboy threw a kick and missed. I'm like, all right, it's going to calm down. That's going to, and then got kicked right in the face. Went,
okay.
And then as he kind of went down, then he got kneed in the head.
Yeah.
And then he got punched on the chin. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's how it's going to go. It's super exciting.
Yeah.
But it's 12:30 at night. I stayed up, paid money. The first 3 fights on the main card were all submissions.
Yeah.
And then the Holly Holm fight was a fucking train wreck. They just got in a clinch and stood against Cage.
Oh.
The whole fight.
Yeah.
Of a 15-minute fight, they were probably in the clinch against the Cage for 12 minutes. I'm like,
oh my God.
This is a co-main event.
Yeah.
What is this?
What are we doing?
What is this? But
so will he fight Khabib again, or is he going to go to Diaz?
Well, the Diaz fight's always there.
Yeah.
I kind of like I'd kind of like to see him fight Jorge Masvidal, because I kind of just want to see that fight.
Okay.
Or Kamaru Usman, because, if it's a title or whatever, Jorge Masvidal's fight. Because he's got to fight, because Khabib has to fight Ferguson.
Okay.
Which I'm not saying Khabib can win that fight.
All right.
I think Ferguson can. Ferguson's probably the worst matchup in all of the UFC for Khabib is Tony Ferguson. Because Khabib takes people down.
Yeah.
Ferguson knocks people out from his back.
Gotcha.
And then, or just chokes them.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal on the ground.
Gotcha.
And then he's also a devout Muslim. So then, like, right after that fight in April is like, I think it's Ramadan. He does not fight.
Oh, okay.
And so that's like September.
Yeah.
So Conor's going to fight before then.
Gotcha.
So if it's Khabib, if Khabib gets by Tony, I think that's a fight the UFC wants. But if Conor wants to fight, you going to wait till September?
Yeah.
But then that's one of those thoughts, like if you fight Jorge, what if you get beat? Mm-hmm. Even though it's at 170, it has nothing to do with 155. But if you get beat by Jorge, you getting a title shot at 155? I don't. It's a weird. It's a weird thing, but I kind of want to see that Jorge fight because I think they'll just stand up, beat the shit out of each other. But in the Usman fight, I think Usman will just try to take him down and grapple.
Gotcha.
Which is okay, but
it's not as exciting as watching somebody get knocked out.
Yeah, when they kind of just stand and throw.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
that's what you want.
Fun.
That's a fight.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Although I did see Tyson Fury came out and said he wants to, which he's got to fight Deontay Wilder.
Yeah,
but he wants to fight kind of like a MMA kind of thing. He's so they all want that big payday.
Yeah,
wants to fight Stipe.
Okay.
Who's a heavyweight champion in the UFC. Striker, he knocks people out going backwards.
Yeah.
Like as he's backing up. Said he wants to fight him in a boxing match inside of a cage.
Okay.
With MMA gloves.
Huh.
Like, I mean, it's not, and that's not boxing because those 4-ounce gloves change everything.
A lot. Yeah.
I know you got head movement and stuff, but Stipe's got that kind of knock you out right now.
Yeah.
I know Deontay Wilder does too, and he got hit with that. That's also a 14-ounce glove.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cushion there. This is just pretty much straight knuckle.
Yeah.
So I'd buy
That'd be fun.
I'd buy it.
That'd be fun to watch.
Especially if they did it as a main event on a regular MMA card.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, since they're doing it in a cage, all right, let's have these fights.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the night, we're going to see this whatever boxing match kind of thing that it is.
Could you call it mixed martial arts?
No, it's something because it's also not boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not. That's. I think I can't believe nobody's done that because everybody they get bored when people start grappling.
Yeah,
which is fine. I mean, I like some of it. Some of it's just boring as shit when they just lay on somebody.
Yeah,
but they won't watch kickboxing. But I don't because kickboxing you're not allowed to use elbows.
Yeah.
Of why is there not just an MMA sport of just stand up?
Mm-hmm.
You can kick, you can use elbows, you can punch, you can dirty box.
Yeah. Just don't take him to the ground.
You just can't take it to the ground.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be
a thing to watch.
I feel like that would be successful.
Yeah. Yeah, just watch two guys just beat the piss out of each other.
But Conor McGregor, I think he's kind of
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was weird. Very respectful.
Yeah, I know.
Like he even bumped fists with Cowboy before, when he didn't do his strut walk or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, that's different. Mm-hmm. Got on the mic afterwards, didn't talk shit.
Yep.
I mean, didn't, hugged his grandma.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
like, that's the kind of shit that makes, like, I wasn't a big McGregor fan because of all the extra fucking shit. Yeah. But after that, I'm like, hey, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
He didn't, obviously you celebrate once you win.
Yeah.
But then went right over to Donald.
Yeah.
Gave him a hug, of like
he fought a legend.
Yeah.
I mean.
Like, did everything right.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Hey, good for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody jumped out of the cage. Nobody kicked anybody in the crowd.
Yeah.
Just kind of a normal fight.
Yeah.
Except the last 40 seconds.
Yeah.
So. Fun 40 seconds. But it was one of those ones of like, man, that was exciting. I'm like, fuck, I stayed up till, oh my God. Paid $70 for this. Or $65, whatever the hell it was.
It's enough to be pissed off about it. Yeah.
That's probably enough on the MMA talk now that we've lost all our listeners except one. Jason's listening. He likes MMA. So I didn't text him. I was going to say,
I'm
I don't
sure
know
Lane's
if he watched
listening too. He likes it. So
yeah. Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, we got 2 listeners.
We had 2 listeners left on the MMA talk.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Some big fights coming up. There's one in Columbus.
Oh, yeah?
Big bruisers. It will not go to the ground.
Okay.
I guarantee you that. It's a heavyweight fight of guys that try to knock each other's heads off.
Awesome.
That usually neither one of them's winning decisions. They kind of only win by knockout.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
Awesome.
That's on ESPN Plus, which you have.
I do have that.
So
yeah.
That should be fun.
Should be.
It is so weird not having hey, you got any picks for this weekend?
Yeah, I know.
Pick the fucking I'm going NFC.
Yeah.
By 7.
I'm going AFC.
I don't even know if they do NFC, AFC.
No, they don't. They don't. They do the pick teams now.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going red.
I don't even know the colors.
The colors.
I think one's black and one's gray.
Is it?
I don't know. I just said I don't know. Or is that
college? Actually, you know what? I think I remember seeing something like one of them where they're like fucking lime green.
That was one year. Like it was lime green, yeah.
They do it in Orlando, which is just weird.
They do it in Hawaii
Go back
again.
To Hawaii.
Yeah. It was awesome when it was in Hawaii.
Like, how many people? There's got to be a lot of them that are like,
been to Orlando.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, I don't get a free trip to Hawaii? I'm not playing in this shit.
No, fuck that.
I mean,
yeah.
Why would I
get a free trip with my family to Hawaii?
I get to go to Orlando. Okay.
Yeah.
Florida?
Why?
Where all this weird shit happens?
Yeah, fuck Florida.
I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
Been to Orlando enough. I don't need to see that shit no mo.
No.
No mo.
No mo.
No mo. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of starting to run out of stuff to talk about, man.
I just made fun of your comments, so I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, well, we're an hour 20 into it. Seems like a good time to finish this thing.
Yes, it is.
We'll have some football to break down next week. I'm gonna tell you what. After next week, we're gonna have to start getting the embarrassing stories are coming out.
We're gonna have to see how our real fans are when football's done.
Yeah, we'll just start. Actually, probably gain more because I'll just start telling embarrassing stories that probably get more traction online because they're funnier.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
man. See ya.
Whiteside.